Coming up on Elon Local News.
The selection process for a new on-campus fraternity continues. More on what the campus is hearing tonight.
And you may have said goodbye to your favorite alum, so we have the wrap-up you'll need to relive your homecoming weekend.
I compare my knee injury to a jellyfish.
Find out how one athlete is testing the waters after a knee injury sidelined him last season.
All those stories and more.
Elon Local News starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Elon Local News. I'm Jackie Pascal.
And I'm Rajat Agrawal. We begin tonight with news from the Oaks Residence Hall, where two new fraternities are making pitches to join the Elon community. The selection process has begun for the new Interfraternity Council organization that is coming to campus this year. Tonight, the campus is hearing a presentation and holding a question and answer session from Theta Chi fraternity in Oaks 212. This is one of the changes that new Director of Fraternity and Sorority Life, Dan Fail, is implementing in his first year. Tomorrow, the presentations will continue with Beta Theta Pi fraternity from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. in the Isabella Cannon Room in the Fine Arts Building.
And these presentations come after two IFC fraternities, Sigma Pi and Pi Kappa Phi, were removed from campus after allegations of hazing. Tune in tomorrow to tomorrow's online exclusive and check out elonlocalnews.com tonight for more information on these presentations and Elon's selection process as we continue to follow this story. Residents of the Oak Hill apartment complex may be on edge tonight after a weekend break-in to one of the apartments. Elon police say 4 males arrived at an Oak Hill apartment Saturday night, and the residents let them in even though they did not know them. One male locked himself in the bedroom, stole an Xbox and backpack, and attempted to escape through the window. The male suspect cut his finger while trying to escape. He did not end up exiting through the window, but ran out the front door of the residence and was stopped by police after a foot pursuit. The suspect, Sean Jared Mapp of Burlington, was arrested by Elon police shortly after the incident, and the 3 men who accompanied were also arrested. According to Elon police, there was minimal damage done to the apartment. This is not Mapp's first run-in with the law. He also has an upcoming court date for possession of a firearm by a felon, which is a felony in itself in North Carolina. Elon police remind students not to let people into your residence if you do not know them.
Alamance County has a high number of arrests when it comes to driving while intoxicated. A recent Times News report based on the records from the North Carolina Administrative Office of the Courts found how many residents are charged with DWIs and actually convicted.
The population in Alamance County is roughly 155,000, and the county has a little over 900 DWI cases filed in the 2014-2015 year. This means that Alamance County leads in comparison to counties of a similar population size.
To give some perspective, the next county comparable in size, Catawba County, 2 hours west, filed 447 cases for the 2014-2015 year. Alamance County had more than double the amount of DWIs than its next comparable size county.
The rates of convictions and cases being dropped for DWIs were comparable among same-size population cities, with Alamance County in the lead. Alamance County has a long history of supporting Republican presidential candidates, but the results from the latest Federal Election Commission quarterly report indicate Alamance County residents aren't contributing donations to several Republicans. Of the 20 candidates currently in the race, 11 did not receive any contributions from July through September. Among them were 7 Republicans.
Chris Christie, Bobby Jindal, John Kasich, Lindsey Graham, George Pataki, and Rand Paul and Rick Santorum received 0 contributions from Alamance County.
But one candidate stood out far above the rest. Republican Ben Carson generated 53% of total donations during the third quarter. He raised more than $6,000 from Alamance County.
Democrat Hillary Clinton leads the pack on the state level in campaign contributions by 5%. For more details on the FEC quarterly report, visit elonlocalnews.com. Back at Elon, the campus is looking for new ways to expand the school's social culture. Our Megan Ford took a look at one of the newest task forces initiating change at Elon.
The name, the Presidential Task Force on Campus Social Climate and Out-of-Class Engagement. The goal?
We're really looking at, there's some students who aren't doing anything, who are watching TV all day. And so how are we reaching out to those students? What do those students want to do to make them feel more connected to the university climate, university culture?
Co-chair of the task force, Dr. Naima Clark, received a call from President Lambert over the summer. And her takeaway?
Every once in a while, there is work done on this campus that changes the face of our campus, changes the shape of our campus. And this is one of those moments.
Clark says the task force isn't a reaction to bad behavior, but rather something students say is missing.
There wasn't like a moment where we thought, oh my gosh, the students are drinking too much, we have to stop that. That's not what happened. Some campuses do this work when there is an incidence of increased drinking behaviors.
The first step of the task force is to look at overall student life and see what is actually needed. One example of a potential problem affecting change is,
right now we have policies on campus that say that a student just can't reserve a space on campus. You have to have a faculty advisor signature. You have to have an organization that you're affiliated with. Well, what if you just want to have a knitting club?
or dorms.
A lot of them, some of them, don't have common rooms, and so students are meeting in laundry rooms to hang out. Is that really what we want students to be doing, hanging out in the laundry room?
College is about making lasting relationships, and by giving students more opportunities, this task force hopes to make that easier for everyone on campus. Megan Ford, Elon Local News.
Right now, the task force is in the research stage, and the university will send out surveys and begin additional research in this upcoming week. Their top priority is to hear from all the students.
And while the university is working on its social culture, some students are focusing on where they'll live next semester. Our John Curtis is in studio to share tips on how to make sure you have a roof over your head this spring. John?
Thank you, Rajat and Jackie. Now, it's a situation that pops up quite often here at Elon. Let's say you're abroad right now and you're not sure what your housing will look like for the spring. If you're worried, there are a few things you can do. The Residence Life winter term and spring housing application opens up next Monday. In an email statement to Elon Local News, Residence Life says they always have space for students returning from abroad or any student that wants to move back on campus as long as they apply. Now, if you're looking for off-campus housing, Residence Life can't do much for you. Your best bet is to look for off-campus housing, is to keep checking the eNet want ads for anyone asking for a last-minute subletter. Hopefully with these tips, you can hold off those housing headaches, at least until it's time to look for housing next fall. I'm John Curtis. Jackie, back to you.
Thank you, John. According to a 2013 public polling survey, 6% of Americans identify as vegetarian, and now surpassing that number at 7% are vegans. Vegan diets exclude all animal products, relying on only plant-based food products. Our Scott Cowan spoke to one vegan at Elon to see what all the hype is about.
Veggies make up the majority of Kat Hollister's diet.
So much vegetables, like so many vegetables. It's almost like, it's not a game, but it's like fun to see how much I can pack into a meal.
Just veggies? Hollister says she hears all the time, but how do you get your protein?
There's so many options. Yeah, there's a ton.
Nuts, tofu, beans, quinoa, and even Brussels sprouts.
These are all great sources of plant-based protein.
But for Hollister, transitioning to a vegan lifestyle took some practice.
Honestly, it took about a year to feel good with the choices I was making.
Several studies show veganism improves body weight, cholesterol, blood sugar, and blood pressure, making it popular and endorsed by several celebrities and health gurus.
It is a trend, very much so. So again, it's like we can kind of term veganism now we're seeing as more of a fad diet than an actual lifestyle.
For Hollister, the veggies are more than just a trendy snack. She chose to become a vegetarian 6 years ago for ethical reasons and became a vegan 2 years later, which she says greatly improved her overall health.
I noticed I felt fresher. I didn't feel this weird weight when I was running. So my PR instantly improved. So it was a very real result.
Hollister says she feels great and is healthy at every doctor's checkup, but says it's important to practice a vegan diet the right way.
If you are thinking about doing veganism or vegetarianism, please talk to a registered dietitian. We are here to help make sure that that diet is balanced because you can create nutrient deficiencies very quickly.
Some of those deficiencies include iron and B12, which Hollister says she makes up for by taking vitamin supplements. Sky Cowens, Elon Local News.
If you're looking for more places to eat on campus, you'll soon have more options for the weekends. Both Qdoba and Einstein's Bros Bagels will be open on Saturday and Sunday for students. Prior to this decision, there were limited campus dining options for students on the weekends. This change is permanent, so now you can join the Qdoba line 7 days a week.
Coming up, the tailgate, the concert, the reunions. We'll have the breakdown of all this weekend's homecoming highlights.
And homecoming wasn't just for the recent alums. We caught up with an alumna who saw a very different Elon from when she graduated.
I will not be news today. I will not make another push to be the first man in space with frosted tips and a puka shell necklace. And I will not go viral when my terror is caught on camera when I finally realize that in the vacuum of space, no one can hear you sing. I'm Lance Bass, and I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Social media was buzzing with school pride this weekend, and our Ashley McGettrick is here to give you the social scoop.
Thank you, guys. Now, alumni of all ages and graduating classes, whether they recognize that little crosshair as a pound sign or a hashtag, they were all on campus this weekend for Elon's annual homecoming weekend. Since this is the 2015 homecoming extravaganza, there's only one way to really keep tabs on what was happening, and that is social media, of course. That's why I've hashed out the hashtag making waves. Instagram, look at all these comments, likes, over 77,000 people reached. Now that is not too shabby if you ask me. Now it's time for the Twitter sphere. It got over 500 posts using the official hashtag, and the top posters are, come as no surprise, the Elon University official account, Elon Alumni, and head Phoenix himself, you know him, you love him, Leo Lambert. While football may have lost, the men's basketball team actually won for most retweets, with this tweet coming up right here. It was a great gif from the basketball game. But now, moving on, now all the posts came from mostly here in the US, and you can kind of see it's really condensed in that Elon bubble. But we did feel some love overseas from England, Australia, and even Denmark. So hi fra Elon, that's probably mispronounced, but hi from Elon. Those social stats hold pretty true to the Elon alumni demographics. 95% of EU alums are right here in the US, with about 3% planting their saplings abroad. That's all for this hashtag hash out. Back to you guys.
Wow, those are some crazy hashtags. I really enjoyed all the social media updates.
You can tell a lot by what people are thinking and feeling just by the numbers alone. But I have to tell you, I went through a lot of analytics this weekend. That seems easy, but it's not. You had one of the most liked Instagram posts.
I did, from the whole weekend?
Yeah, it was you and a little puppy.
Yes.
Cute.
It was one of the alumni. We got a picture with her dog, Captain. It was so cute.
It was very cute.
But I think Raj actually beat me out because he got second place for homecoming.
No. I cannot take credit for that. The Elon local news staff, let me tell you, the performance at trivia and Phoenix Field Day was amazing.
He was the winner. He got runner-up for Homecoming King, which makes you, we're trying to decide, is that that would make you homecoming prince or homecoming duke.
We're
like,
a little
what
in
would that
between,
be?
I'm not really sure.
Right? So, I don't know. As close as you can get to like Prince William, and then listen, I'll take any title you want to give
Absolutely.
you.
Well, congrats to Raj, and thank you so much, Ashley.
Yeah.
And homecoming weekend would not be complete without a concert here at Elon. The Student Union Board hosted the Somerset and DJ Throwback Time Machine on Saturday night behind Colonnade's residence halls. Popular songs like Chelsea and Boomerang got the crowd on their feet and dancing. The student and alumni turnout was much smaller than expected due to Andy Grammer canceling his appearance on October 6th, just a week and a half before the concert.
And the biggest turnout homecoming weekend was the tailgate before the football game against James Madison. Students and alumni came together starting at 7 a.m. to show their Phoenix spirit at Rhodes Stadium on Saturday. Tents were set up from many of the Elon organizations for everyone to reconnect with their old friends and reminisce about their days at Elon. Current student Caroline Bremen says seeing the alums relive part of their Elon past is her favorite part of homecoming.
It's just like really awesome to see old alumni like come back to campus and like how far they've come since they graduated.
And alumni of all ages came in and walked the brick pathways at Elon this weekend, though for some it seemed the bricks were the only things that looked familiar.
I just think it's amazing. It's just beautiful. It does my heart good to see it.
When the class of 1965 gathered for a bus tour of the university, Beverly Blondell was excited to see her classmates after graduating 50 years ago.
You know, I mean, we have been very close for so many years, over 50, 54 years, and we still are. And we see each other during the year. We call, we talk, we travel together. And I mean, they really are like our family, and I love them dearly.
Blondell got the chance to see parts of campus that didn't exist while she was at school, but what impressed her the most was the continued focus on living, learning communities.
I really liked what little bit he said about the building where students and professors live and study. That is amazing. But Elon, even when we were there, the professors were very welcoming and open and invited us to their homes, and you know, so that is a tradition, I guess.
All the alumni joked about their chances of applying to Elon today.
We all, of course, say we couldn't have gotten in today and our parents couldn't have afforded it. It really is now a national university. I'm very proud.
Though she left Elon 50 years ago, Blondell wanted to share some wisdom with current students that she believes is timeless.
Enjoy every single minute of it and treasure the friendships. You will never be as close to people as you are in college.
More than 60 people from the class of 1965 came for homecoming, and some said they haven't been back since they graduated. And with thousands of alumni on campus for homecoming, some might see it as an opportunity not only to connect with old friends, but also network for the future, which isn't a bad idea. According to a recent Huffington Post article, it's never too early to start looking ahead and planning for life after college.
And here's some tips to put you ahead of the application pool. First, find a mentor, someone who can advise, encourage, coach, and hold you accountable now and long after you graduate. This person can be a faculty member, teacher, parent, coach, someone at an internship, alum, or a member of the community.
And speaking of internships, they can be your golden ticket to employment, both for connections and for real-world experience. If possible, don't just settle with one internship. The more experiences and connections you can get in a particular field, the better.
Next, take advantage of Elon breaks, not just summer break, to network and refine your personal and professional self. Check in with your contacts and update your resume.
Finally, familiarize yourself with the various outlets on campus for post-grad resources. Places like the Student Professional Development Center exist to set up students, whether it's for that first job or long into your career or careers.
Good luck, and don't forget to be patient and flexible along the way.
Coming up, campus wasn't the only place to check out some seasonal festivities. We took a trip down I-40 to see what the state fair had to offer.
And we caught up with one Elon athlete who's fighting to get back in the game.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
I will not be news today. I will not make headlines by going through a bad girl phase where I get that bad girl haircut where they shave just one side of your head. And I will not bring a Komodo dragon as my +1 to an award show, even though that would be awesome. I'm Olivia Munn, and I will not be trending today because there's a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
We just got back from fall break, and for most students that meant a quick trip home or a quick vacation, but for others the break from schoolwork meant a chance for volunteer work. This fall, the Conoto Center offered 4 alternative break programs to students. One of these trips is the Education Disparities Program, which took students to Pembroke, North Carolina to work with children at the Boys and Girls Club. Participants also learned about the culture of the Lumbee tribe, the largest Native American tribe in North America. Junior Cindy Kuo co-coordinated this trip and believes it gave her a new experience she wouldn't have received if she went home for break.
I think what was interesting is I've never really interacted with an Indian tribe, especially one in America. I just thought it would be really interesting, especially working with children and just experiencing the history and the culture of somewhere so close to Elon, because it's only 2.5 hours away, but somewhere so different.
The annual North Carolina State Fair rolled into Raleigh last week. The local fall favorite offers a wide variety of rides, food, and entertainment. Classic fair rides like the Ferris wheel and merry-go-round to interesting eats like fried Oreos have thousands flocking to the fairgrounds. For visitors, the fair is all about enjoying all the options the state has to offer.
A lot of friends, so we've been walking around and doing most of the rides. And we come and we go to most of the buildings and get like samples and things like that.
And this past Friday, the State Fair set an attendance record of 90,960 people who passed through the gates. The remaining days of the fair are expected to keep up these numbers with beautiful fall weather to finish the final days of fair fun.
It's been around a lot of people in the fun environment. I'm seeing everybody have fun. It just makes you put in a good mood.
And Justin Beagle now joins us with sports.
Thanks, Rajat. When we come back, I'll tell you how Luke Eddy and a jellyfish share something in common. More next in sports.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Saturday was the first day that really felt like football weather as Elon welcomed 5th-ranked James Madison University to Rhodes Stadium. But for those alumni hoping for a homecoming win, they were left disappointed. The Dukes ran all over the Phoenix, racking up more than 600 total yards of offense, including 400 just on the ground. JMU's defense stepped up as well, forcing 3 turnovers in a big 51-0 win. Saturday marked Elon's first shutout loss against an FCS opponent in almost a decade. The last time it happened was when the Phoenix lost to Citadel 21-0 in November 2005.
We did not come out and execute. They outplayed us on every phase of the game. When you look at the stat sheet, we had turnovers. They put up 600 yards. It's just a bad game all around.
Now, with the loss, it drops the Phoenix to 2-5 on the year, 1-3 in Colonial Athletic Association play. Elon has a bye week coming up this week, but will return to play in New York against Stony Brook on Halloween night. Now, Elon did defeat the Dukes on a different field this weekend. Freshman Jaden Fortune made the final goal that pushed the men's soccer team to its 2-1 victory over James Madison Saturday night. It was announced earlier this afternoon, that he was a CAA Rookie of the Week. This is the second time Fortune has earned CAA honors this season. He was named CAA Player of the Week for September 14th. Injuries are a natural part of playing sports, but some are more serious than others. I sat down with one Elon men's basketball player who says he's ready to bounce back onto the court.
So I'm on a fast break.
Eddie in transition down the right side, throws up a wild shot, but it went in, and he's clutching his right knee.
Just pain, it hurt.
Is really writhing in pain.
Junior point guard Luke Eddy tore his ACL last December, an injury that still haunts him to this day.
The thing I remember is Eric Storsfed, which is our trainer. I remember seeing his reflection off the court floor. That's the first thing that I remember after I got hurt.
It was just a typical play that's made, and as soon as he planted and he had the injury, it was obvious to our bench, it was obvious to our team and coaches, and to many of the fans in the arena that he had stepped the wrong way, that he was hurt.
8 months and a successful surgery later, Eddie is back on the court and putting the fears of injuries behind him.
I compare my knee injury to a jellyfish. I'm terrified of jellyfish, and I'm also terrified of my knee injury, so I think of it like this. If I'm going to travel 8 hours to the beach, I'm not going to let a jellyfish stop me from getting to the ocean.
And like a jellyfish,
I'm not going to stop a knee injury from letting me get back on the court.
Eddie says his goal is to come back stronger than ever, and his teammates and coaches have taken notice.
What he's done since that day to get himself ready to play is extraordinary for me to watch. He's taken every day and he's attacked it every day to get to where he's ready to play.
Luke has been putting in a ton of effort multiple times a day, pushing his leg as far as it can go, and seeing him doing some drills right now, he's really close to being back.
And while Coach Matheny hasn't made a decision on when Eddie will return to the court, Eddie has already made up his mind.
I'm going to be ready for November 5th.
Eddie says his leg is roughly 80% strength right now and says he will play with a new, more comfortable knee brace for the upcoming season. Now, Rajat and Jackie, I've seen some pretty bad injuries in my time, but he looks pretty good, and I think he's going to have a solid year for Elon.
Yeah, we're definitely pulling for him because he was really getting in a groove, wasn't he, before he went down. He was one of the primary players for that team.
He was averaging, I believe, 21 points off the bench before he ended up having that injury in December. So we'll see what he can do.
And now with the new freshman class in here, what are your predictions for this year?
They look pretty solid.
All right, well, that's all for Elon Local News tonight.
You can find our stories online at elonlocalnews.com or follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Elon Local News.
And from all of us here at ELN, have a great night, Elon.